What's up, Stu Crew? Yep, you're my little helper. We opened our pool yesterday. Zayd is my little helper. He went to the pool shop with me this morning. We tested our water. We got everything we need. Back at the pool shop, getting chemicals to get the pool started. Zayd just wants a pool toy. That's all he wants. Yeah. You already got a pool toy. Look in your hand. That's your summer fan. You want the one that squirts water? We got one of those too. It's at home.
No.
Yeah.
I told the house.
Oh, it's at Katie's house? All right, we'll get it. What is that, Zayd?
For real, it does.
Mickey Mouse.
It does look like Mickey Mouse.
That's awesome, Zane.
For me right now.
For sure.
So we're gonna mix up chemicals. They say mix them up in a bucket because we have a vinyl pool. So that way the harsh chemicals aren't just like sitting on the vinyl. They said it can kind of damage it. So we're gonna mix those up, disperse them all. And I know in Tennessee, we've had some really big snows in March, so it might be dumb. But right now, this whole week, it's getting up to like 80. So Carlin was like, let's open the pool, let's get the heater running, and we're rolling with this. So right now I think why'd I look at my watch? I don't have the temperature on my watch. The pool is at like 73, 74. By this afternoon, I think it'll be quite warm. If it's between like 85 and 90, that's actually like hot. It actually doesn't even look that bad. So I think it's gonna be pretty easy. Zayd, you ready?
Yeah.
Let's get it, bro. Thanks to Zayd for donating his club. Hopefully it's still okay after this. We're just getting him the hot dog. Got the pool stuff done. It is already looking clear and amazing. You saw us pick up the Blackstone for Travis, which made me want to kind of clean my Blackstone because I've really not taken the best care of it. I'm not a grill master, as they would say. So I didn't even have a tarp for mine. So I ordered a tarp, a cover to keep it, you know, from the rain and stuff, and then got some stuff for like rust and degreaser and tried to clean it a little bit. So I did that this afternoon. And then tonight, Zach and Whitney ended up coming over. Hey, it's a party. Look at this.
This is what happens when spring is here.
I know.
This is
Whitney
my
turns into a
first.
new person when the sun's out.
It's
She's
true,
like,
Carlin.
She's like, you want to go over to Carlin's house? It's
day.
going to be light till 7
My
o'clock.
I'm
first day
telling you.
not being sick. It's because of the sun.
Wow.
I'm only sick at night.
Maybe.
When Whitney calls me, I'm laying in my bed or on the couch.
And this is the second day with, what do you call it? Daylight savings or whatever. So,
I just love it. I was like, what y'all
Is
doing?
that
The
good?
world loves me.
do we even know what we're doing for dinner?
We don't even know. I was like,
I
what are you
offered to
doing?
cook. But
Zach, you should.
right there.
We just cleaned it.
Anyways, Carlin's been straightening up out here, so everything's starting to come together already. Looking nice. All right, well, the pool is looking amazing. Carlin and the kids are actually swimming today. So I'm gonna work on making some snacks to take out to them. I gotta tell you guys about Wild Grain. It's actually a genius idea. So Wild Grain's the first bake from frozen subscription box for sourdough breads, artisanal pastries, pastas. And like I said, it's a genius idea. Take it right out of the freezer, don't even thaw it, cook it from freezer to table in like 25 minutes. Like for instance, last night, we made some cookies. I think they were snickerdoodle cookies. Oh my word, literally tasted amazing. All you did, take them from the freezer, put them in, boom, they're ready. Carlin is also big on bread. Not big on bread. Carlin's also a huge bread person, especially when she's pregnant because she can't really handle meat, at least for the first several months. Kind of makes her sick. So she is so excited about this. Sourdough bread and butter. So I'm gonna cook this for her as like a little snack. We've got chocolate croissants. I'm a sucker for those, so I think me and the kids are gonna eat that up. Regular croissants, we'll probably save these for breakfast along with biscuits. I mean, oh my word. And then pasta, that's perfect for dinner. And what blows my mind is straight from the freezer. I still don't understand it. Not to mention you get to build your own box. They're always changing it up on their website for seasonal things and everything. So many options. It really does make life easier. And then for every membership, Wild Grain's gonna donate 4 meals to the Greater Boston Food Bank, which is obviously an awesome reason to support.
This is perfectly prepared for me.
Literally,
Butter
try
and
that.
bread.
I know.
You were the man.
That crunch of the sourdough.
I'm going to eat it.
No.
That's amazing.
Let me try.
That's so good. You're going to have to make me another one.
But anyways, if you want to try out Wild Grain, I've got a link in the description. I'll put my code on the screen. That'll get you $30 off your first box. And get this, free croissants for life. I mean, I'm sold. Okay, guys, look at our new little toy. So it's kind of a mess out here. The kids have been playing. They got toys everywhere. Warden is over here. He just set up this little basketball goal while I was inside. I feel like this is like the perfect size basketball goal. It actually looks almost as big as like a real goal. I mean, obviously not quite, but it's taller too. So like you can't just super easily block people in the pool. Give us a little competition.
He was over here screwing these things in with a little tool and he accidentally dropped it in the pool. This is like the deep end, so it's what, 4.5 for Layla feet? Anyways, she took off her jacket, dove straight down on the first try and got this little bitty like
Allen key.
That's insane.
on the first try. I was like, Layla.
I'm telling you, both of the kids can swim.
She
Like
said-
we'll put floaties on them a lot just for like extra precaution, but like they can actually swim, especially Layla, and Zayd's really getting the hang of it.
She said, I knew I had it in me.
Oh my word, she's good. I mean, to be able to dive down and stuff, she's a great little swimmer.
Here's Zayd.
Go Zayd! He said me come. 3, 2, 1. Good shot, buddy. No, but it got close. Yeah, it's too high. I'll help you when I get in. Carlin's been loving these last 2 days. She said it got her out of her like funk, her mood.
Yes, my first trimester just miserableness. Is that a word?
I don't know, but when the sun came out, she said it changed. Here we go. Oh! Let's back you up a little bit.
Put your foot in, bro.
Oh, that's not even fair. Take 3. Oh! What was that? What was that? I'm not gonna make it?
Yeah.
I made it, baby!
Want Daddy to hit it?
Oh, you want me to hit
Do you
it?
think he can make it?
Should I do it sitting down?
Yeah.
Oh, sitting down's harder.
What's up, guys? We have been living our best life outside the last 3 days.
True.
It's supposed to be a cold front this weekend, so I'm kind of bummed about it, but I'm glad that we've gotten some sunshine. I felt so much better just being able to like be outside and then also let the kids like entertain themselves outside. They just, I don't know, they get like so much more creative. There's so much you can do inside, so I feel like being outside is just like,
They love it.
oh, nature. I love it. I'm here for it. So we're gonna end out this vlog with a little pregnancy Q&A. We'll try and do them like, I'll probably just like scroll through and get the most popular ones.
Pregnancy questions, man. I tell you.
I can't believe we're in this era again.
I
I'm not
really
gonna
can't.
lie.
Honestly, it's been so long that these questions might refresh my mind. Maybe I need to know some of these answers. Zayd keeps bringing me the basketball. He's the biggest hype man. If I make it, he freaks out, and then he goes and he sits by the side and waits till the basketball floats close to him, and then he brings it back. You ready?
Okay, go.
Ah, I missed it again.
First question is, are you taking a break from BSB? Haven't seen much on both you and Evan at work there. Honestly, I wouldn't say that I've been taking a break,
Right.
but that first trimester is pretty rough. A lot of our photo shoots too were like in the morning,
Yeah.
and I was just like, I was not getting out of bed like all day. So I did miss quite a few photo shoots, but thankfully we have like the best team. The girls are killing it right now. So I've done a lot from home.
Right.
That has been like more the back end, probably like more the side that you don't see. But now that I'm starting to feel a bit better, we've tried to get back into it. But yeah, that's probably why you haven't seen me in a ton of photo shoots, just because I haven't felt quite up to it.
Yeah.
But hopefully I'll like get back into the grind of those soon. Big question I'm seeing is, do we know the gender yet? We do not know
We
the
do
gender
not.
yet. I'm 12. Am I 12 weeks?
I think so. Everybody does keep asking though, like, which I prefer. I don't think I really care. I mean, because we have a boy and a girl. The only thing I said is like, okay, 2 boys next to each other, they'd probably be like besties, playing
Yeah.
sports and everything. It'd be
But
awesome.
also we haven't had a girl in a
That's
long
the
time.
thing. I have said that Zayd with sports and stuff, I feel like he's just getting into that era.
look at him
Layla,
bringing you
as
the
my daughter, I feel like she's starting to get out of that era.
I don't think that either of us
Okay.
have an actual preference to whether it's a girl or a boy, just because, I don't know, when you have both, I will say they are very different in their own way. I do feel like a girl was super easy. Maybe it was because my first. I don't know.
I just
he was
miss
easy too, though. So
Her being like a daddy's girl. The older she gets, she's moving out of that. So maybe a girl would bring back the daddy's girl stage, and then me and Zayd would have the sports. But 2 boys, like, I don't care.
I don't think we really care at this point. But another question was, do we have any names picked out for boy or girl? I've thrown some ideas out there to Evan.
Yeah.
But he's not been vibing with any of them. Layla, do you have any names that you want to name this next baby?
Sparkle ballerina.
Sparkle Ballerina.
Wow.
That's a beautiful name.
I like that about as equal as to the ones Mom has thrown out.
Oh, golly.
No.
Evan.
Some of them I have not vibed with. Some of them are pretty
been
good.
cute.
Yeah.
So, basically, to answer your question, that would be like negative.
Yeah, nothing like set in stone.
We were still in the hospital trying to figure out Zayd's name, so
Yeah.
I'm definitely thinking that it's gonna happen the same way this third time around.
Zayd, what about you? Do you have any names that you would like to name this new baby?
Midnight, night, baby. Meow Mouse.
I knew that was coming. Mickey Mouse. That's a good name, bro.
Actually, the cutest thing out of that whole conversation is the way that he says baby. You have to listen to this again.
Yeah,
It's so
yeah.
cute. Can you say baby?
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
It is cute.
Is that like Southern?
When he's
You're
sitting there
adorable.
talking, this little bye-bye.
Bye bye. It's like the only word, and he says it so adorably. I'm obsessed.
I kind of like this vibe. It's like a chill Q&A outside.
It's pretty outside.
It's
I'm
nothing
here
too
for
fancy.
it. Someone asked if I'm still having to take injections with this pregnancy because I did with the 2 previous pregnancies. So I do have a blood clotting disorder. I think there's actually 3 of them. It's factor 5 something, 4G5
MTHFR or something.
I don't know the exact names. I'd have to look at my records.
Yeah.
So with my first pregnancy, I ended up taking heparin shots twice a day. So I'd get them in the morning, like basically every 12 hours. It was like a blood thinner for my clotting disorder. And then I did it for the beginning of Zayd's pregnancy and at the end. And then they consulted back and forth with his pregnancy whether or not the risk was high enough to keep me on them. Because obviously there's a lot of side effects when you're on a blood thinner. It can just be really scary.
That scared me too. Because like if you hurt yourself or you fall or you start to bleed or something when you're on those, it can be dangerous.
It also causes your placenta to like rupture or deteriorate. So that's why they kind of like wanted me to go like deliver early. So there's lots of like things that made them nervous during Zayd's pregnancy. I consulted with like a specialist on it, and since then they've done even more research, and so they thought that this pregnancy it would be best to not. So I'm happy about that. So far I've not had to take any like heparin shots, any blood thinner shots, which has been so nice. I think I tried Lovenox with Zayd's pregnancy.
Yes,
it's basically
I think
like the
so.
own brand, I think, and you
Yeah.
only have to take it once a day, but I had like a reaction to it, so that's why I ended up having to do the 2 shots a day.
It's just weird, like being in a pregnancy where we don't have to do that.
I know.
Because like for a
So
while,
nice.
I was doing it for her. So back then I was doing electrical work. So I would like sometimes wake her up at like 5:15 a.m. to do her shot. And then I'd have to do it like right when I got home after school or
I
whatnot.
kind of started relating like me seeing Evan
Yes.
come home from work
Yes.
and leaving for work.
You know how
with
your mind
pain.
works. Yes, she was like, "Oh no, Evan's coming home." I'm like, "Wait, this is not good." Now
At
then
some point, I ended up just giving them to myself.
you did, and you said you almost liked it better because
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
like you knew when the shot was coming and everything.
I will say it's pretty nice not having a bruised belly all the time.
Yeah,
It's very, very nice.
I felt so bad for you. I would not want to do that.
But they feel very confident in this decision, and obviously like I'm actually consulting like with a specialist, and then like they call them like a high risk specialist
think
or
so.
whatever. So I've had the appointments, and they're all in unison that this is how we need to move forward with this pregnancy. Anyway, so we feel at peace with it, and especially since they're way smarter than us and
That is true.
whatever. So we're on board with that. So yeah, thankfully I have not had to take those this pregnancy. Do you have a feeling / like preference on the gender? We kind of answered the preference, but I
Feeling?
don't really even have a feeling.
I don't either.
I don't actually. I kind of
boy.
think it's a boy.
What?
Only because
I don't even think you've told
all of
me
my
that.
friends are saying it's a boy. I don't think anyone thinks it's a girl except my sister. We're definitely gonna go back and forth. Let's be honest.
I don't think I'm feeling anything.
Anything different this time around than with your other littles, like during pregnancy, I think is what they're saying. I don't know that I feel like Zayd and Layla, even though they're the same gender, was very similar. I want to say I carried the opposite of what like the old wives' tales say.
Really?
Because I think I remember, especially early on, carrying really low with Layla. And I want to say that's normally a boy sign. And then Zayd was not low. He was more high. So I think it's the opposite. I'd have to look it up. But with Layla, I did carry low. Zayd, I carried
you
regular.
were also like sick with both of them.
Sickness the same. Ended around like 17 weeks with both of them. I did not go on like any medication for that. This time I am and have been on for quite some time just because my doctor didn't like seeing a weight drop. So it was helping me, like, I guess it stops you from throwing up because I've thrown up a lot less. So that's kind of like TMI. But definitely I feel like it's easing up at this point.
But it
I'm 12
started
weeks.
early. Did it start earlier this time? It seemed to start really early. Maybe I just don't remember.
I thought it was right around 6 weeks.
But you're
Wasn't
already
it?
doing a little better, so maybe
Yeah.
that medicine's kicking in.
So it's not in the mornings. I actually feel great in the mornings. I know they say morning sickness, but it's around like 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I start getting sick, and then like by the time I go to bed, I'm ready to go to bed super early because I'm just like miserable. So kind of like sleep it off, I guess you'd say. Well, we have to move to a bigger house now. Not necessarily. We love where we're at right now.
We do love it.
I do think eventually though we want a little bit of land. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, here's my thing. So, like, I would love land, but I kind of don't mind being close to, like, the city and a Walmart and stuff. And that stuff is, like, hard to come by.
I'm not talking about like a lot of land, like a farm. I'm talking
Right.
about like 3 acres or just
Right.
like a little space around you.
Right,
you
different
know?
than just kind of
a subdivision. Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah.
But we're very, very content. The kids' rooms, I will say, are a bit smaller.
Well, especially when you think one of them will probably be sharing a room, whatever.
Yeah,
gender,
so
yeah.
Layla's room is technically bigger right now, and Zayd's room is smaller. So depending on the gender, we'll probably switch like whatever has like 2
Like if
genders
it's a boy?
in the bigger one. Yeah, if it's a boy, Layla and Zayd will switch rooms, I think, and then we'll be able to like decorate it. Just because
Whew, sounds like
I
a
know.
lot of work.
I know they're in your room for a while, but like
Right.
eventually,
Eventually.
which I loved sharing a room.
Yeah.
growing
yeah.
up. So
No, I think that'll be fine. I think we're in a good
Especially
sized
they're
house
little.
for now, to be honest.
I agree. We're very, very content.
Believe me, Carlin is not leaving this pool anytime soon, I don't think.
This is true. What is something you're doing differently than the last 2 pregnancies?
I'm here. That's different.
Oh, that is different.
Working from home, doing...
Evan had a 9 to 5 when I
Yeah.
was pregnant with both of them.
Yeah.
That is really different.
I mean,
like it.
I must not be that much of a help if we haven't noticed it so far, but...
No, I've just gotten used to like
Yeah,
working
I
together
know,
with
I
you,
know.
but that's so true.
I know.
I will say Evan has taken over a lot with the kids, especially in the afternoons. My sisters call me and they're like, every time I call you, I'm like, if they see me ready, they're like, I'm shocked you're ready. What is this? Every time I call you, you're in your bed or on the couch.
No, you've gotten a lot better. I'm glad you're feeling better.
When is my due date? I know I've said this before, but it's September 20th.
Yes.
How far along am I? I said that too. I'm 12 weeks, 13 weeks in a couple days. It's
Wow.
the size of a lemon. Excuse
That's
me?
crazy.
Our
That's
child is huge, Evan. A lemon.
That's
I remember
huge
when it was a tiny
yeah.
poppy seed,
I remember
okay?
us talking in the kitchen, looking up what a poppy seed looked like, and now you're saying it's like a lemon in the palm of my hand.
I know. It's so cute.
Crazy. Praise the Lord.
I'm developing brain matter right now, Evan, if you're wondering.
Carlin does tell me that. So there's been times I'll walk into Carlin and she'll be like, guess what I've done today? And my first thought, because I'm not a perfect husband, my first thought might be, well, you're feeling sick today. I think you've
He's
been
gonna
on the
call
couch
me
all
out.
day. No, I don't blame you. You're pregnant. But that's my first thought when you're like, guess what all I've done today? I'm like trying to put 2 and 2 together. And I'm like, what do you mean? And she'll be like, I've been making organs. I've been making brain matter. I'm like, oh my word.
Yes, it's so
It's
funny.
true though. It is true. I'll tell you what. A while back, I was a little sick from some food stuff, and my stomach was really feeling bad. And I was like, it was like 2 days. I was like, if this is the
That was
nausea
rough.
stuff you're feeling, I could never do it.
Oh.
I was about done after a day. I was like literally just falling asleep, sitting in the bathroom floor.
Someone just found out they're expecting their first, and they're over the moon.
Oh, my
Aw.
word.
That's
There's
so exciting.
really
Congratulations.
nothing, like there's hardly anything better than that.
Oh, I'm sorry. No.
I mean-
this is the best feeling in the world. What's that trend that's going around that's like something moment? It starts with an H. I need to look it up. I don't even know what that
don't
means,
know.
but I think it means like a really exciting moment. Having your first kid is what, honestly,
Well,
delivery in general, having any
Yeah.
kid, like both them felt the same, like you're on a high.
But
It's
even
just
the
best.
process, like them just now finding out every
Oh,
single
it's so
step
exciting.
along the way for the first child is just like, magical.
Yeah, I feel like the first one, everything's very new, and then the second one's almost really nice though, because you kind of know what to expect.
Yeah.
And so you're like excited too, because you know
now
what's
you
coming.
know what. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think that Zayd will be a great big brother to the new baby? I have like no doubts in my mind.
Zayd is, he's one of
so
a kind.
tenderhearted.
He's tenderhearted. He's so chill.
He's so gentle.
So sweet. You won't hardly hand him something without him saying thank you. He's
he's so grateful.
Yeah, I think he's going to be an amazing big brother.
And he talks about it all the time. When he goes to bed, bye. When he goes to bed or takes a nap, he makes sure to always like kiss my belly and tell the bye, good night.
Yeah.
It's so cute.
It's almost his birthday too.
I cannot believe that he's like turning 3
I know.
this month, Evan. We're going to have a
2
5-year-old and a 3-year-old. They're getting so old. I've been trying to figure out what I want to do for his birthday, which it's so hard. I didn't do like really big birthday. I did a big first birthday, and then we did kind of like simple things.
And the big 5th.
And then we did a big 5th for Layla. So I'll probably do a big 5th for Zayd.
Right, but I feel like we got to do a little something.
I know for sure we have to do something. I just don't know what. The only thing he's into is literally Mickey Mouse.
Maybe
I need to
there's-
hire like a Mickey Mouse to come.
Dude, do they do that in Knoxville
I
somewhere?
think so. I know they do princesses. I
I'm
don't
gonna
know
have
if
to
they do
research
like
that.
Mickey Mouse, but I thought Mickey Mouse surprising him, like when he wakes up downstairs, he would flip. He would flip. He'd be
he
so
would.
excited. So I'm trying to work on figuring out what we're going to do for his birthday. But anyways, that was a little ramble. What were your first pregnancy symptoms? I was trying to think back and think what it was. I remember getting like a root beer float like 3 or 4
Dude, I
days
was
in a
gonna
row.
say the same thing. I think it was that craving.
Maybe it was, but I don't want it anymore. Yeah. Will this be our last baby?
Wow, what a great
That's
question.
so hard.
That's a good question, though.
I actually can't give you a yes or no answer because we don't know. We don't know. I think we're taking it a baby at a time and seeing how we do.
I think this is gonna be the last baby.
What? No way.
I think that's going to be because 3, that's a lot.
3 is a lot. I do agree with you. Well, if it is the last baby, what do you want the baby to be?
I really don't matter, but if you know, I want it to be a girl.
Oh, it really don't matter. Zayd, what do you want? A boy or a girl?
Boy.
Boy. Okay.
Little smile. I wish they could have seen that. He's
Yes, do you want to tell them anything?
I want to do a ballerina sparkle, and I actually love babies. And I don't matter which one it is. I just want to go, but I love babies. And so I love my family. I love my dog. I got it for my birthday when I turned 1, so. But I grew.
Are we going to get a bigger vehicle? So we did
I knew that was going to be a question.
repurchase our Tesla after it got totaled. And that was before we found out we were pregnant. Which I don't know that my decision would be much different, only because I'm terrified of driving bigger cars.
Right.
And as compact as the Tesla looks, especially from the outside, there is quite a bit of room. The
Right.
only time that it would be complicated would be if we were like going on a beach trip or something, trying to fit all like our bags and like
Yeah, a big trip
beach
would maybe be the only time, but there's
things.
2 extra seats in the back. So even with a 3rd child, we'll have an extra seat.
Also, Layla's like big enough, like we could move her car seat back there and she can like buckle herself. So
Right.
that would be convenient.
And it's one of those things we knew that, like, some people say this isn't wise for cars. I personally don't mind it. You can trade them in within 3 years or so, and it's not the end of the world. And then we could
Yeah.
upgrade to a bigger vehicle if we need to.
At this point, we have no
So-
plans of like trading it in,
Right.
obviously, because we love it. But I mean, I'm not against it if we like 3rd baby gets here and we're like, okay, we can't do this anymore. This is crazy.
Or 3rd baby gets here, and then, like, 6 months later,
What?
4th baby on the way, baby.
Are you crazy, bruh? You're crazy right now.
Oh, I'm just saying, you never know.
Crazy. Layla at the beginning of this pregnancy, before we got an ultrasound, kept saying she wanted a boy and a girl, and
Oh,
she
yeah,
was
she
so
thought it was
confident that it was twins. And I was like, "Oh my soul, I think
heard
I mean
people
that's
say
amazing,
that
but
if
I
your
would
kid
die.
says
I
it-
don't think I could do it."
That, like, isn't that an old wives' tale or something?
Yeah, everyone was commenting like, "Oh, just wait, wait for that first ultrasound." How are we feeling about the 2 to 3 transition? Tell us, Evan. Take it away.
I personally as a man that's never been in this situation before, but I'm gonna give you my opinion anyways. I just think it's gonna be easier than like having a young child and then having
One
a
right
second.
after. Yeah. The bigger age gap.
Yeah, the bigger age gap. Like they'll love to play with the baby. They can like sit there and they're gonna love just talking to the baby, and like they are more self-sufficient. Like
On
if
their
I'm having
own,
to hold
yeah.
the baby,
So you're not 24/7
they
with
can
them.
walk and hold my hand. I'm not having to carry a baby in a car seat.
That's true.
See what I'm saying?
I agree. I think we're all like so excited. I think it's the perfect timing. I think they'll be like, Zayd, I added this up the other day. Layla and Zayd were like 2 years and like 3 months apart. And then this baby will be 3.5, almost 4 years apart.
It just hit me.
What?
It's me and my brother. 3.5 years.
Wow, how sweet.
Wow.
I'm glad you came to that realization.
Wow. Why is it so fun talking back about stuff like this with them?
It is.
We're
It
so
makes you
weird. We're just
relive the
talking to a
moment.
camera, but I literally feel like I'm talking to every single one of them. Didn't you warn me, like when Layla was born? Didn't you say like, listen, I don't know how I'm gonna.
I'm gonna act in pain, yes.
Yeah, because I get it. Like, and then
I
you know
feel
me.
like I was pretty good during Layla.
You were
though.
great.
Zayd, I did have one little incident where I was like, didn't I say
Was it?
shut up? I think I said shut up. You said something trying to console
Wasn't it
me.
the optimism stuff we talked about
Yes.
in another video recently? I can try and be too optimistic, and that's not what she likes
He
to
was
hear
like,
in those moments.
You're okay. You're gonna be fine.
True, I
and
see.
I was like,
I see.
I'm not fine. I need an epidural.
I see how that comes across now. I was trying to let her know, like, you're amazing. You've got this. You're so strong. You're fine. You can handle anything.
It's
but
probably
it
my
came
bad, Evan.
across
You're so
like,
sensitive
you're
and sweet."
fine. This is no big deal. That's how it came across to you. I forgot about that.
It's not, I do remember one time, and I had already had an epidural, but it was a very light
Yeah.
dose because I was already passing out.
Yeah.
So they were scared. So they gave me a light dose. Well, by that time, I was pretty much already in transition.
Yeah, it went
And it didn't
fast.
have time to keep up. And the doctor was in the other room with someone else.
Yeah.
And couldn't come, and they were like, "You need to push," but I was like, "I can't. I don't want to yet." And they were like, "Hold it," you know.
Yeah.
And it was just kind of crazy. It was very chaotic, which it was only Evan
chaotic.
and I in the room, and so it was hard to like capture that. But it was nice because it was kind of intimate and just
There
us.
was still a lot of rules, I think, from all the COVID stuff.
Also, we just kind of
But
chose to
we
do
kind of
just
liked
us.
it. It was like, we love like family being around. We're big people. But there was something kind of cool about like at
It was
least
something
that
intimate
time.
and sweet. It was just us, and
yeah.
it was very low key. But yeah, I was in that time, and the pain was too much to bear. And then you were saying that, and I was like, "Shut up!" And then for like the next 10 minutes, I just kept saying, "I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry." And I was telling all the nurses, "I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Listen,
I'm so
you're going
mean."
through so much and like just
They're like,
hormones
"Stop saying
and
sorry, you're
mood
fine."
swings and stuff. Like, I don't take offense to that. I couldn't imagine going through
That
it.
was the only time. Gosh, so who knows what I would do if I didn't have an epidural? You'd be scared of me.
Listen, make me sound bad. When I was sick a while back for a couple days, I was kind of asking you to get me some water. And you're pregnant laying on the couch. That's how weak us guys are when we're sick.
No, you're awesome.
Oh.
I guess that's gonna wrap it up.
No, I
We
thought
kinda
of one.
went on our own
I thought of
rant.
one for myself.
All right, Evan's gonna answer one more question.
We just talked about how we were in there alone.
Okay.
What does this birth look like? Is it just us again? Are you having some family in there, like some
I'm
of your sisters
so
or your
torn.
mom or something?
But there was like cons and pros to both. There was different elements I think that
Right.
I obviously loved about it just being you and I because
Right.
it was so intimate and special.
Right.
But at the same time, I kind of missed not having like my sisters in there and
Right.
like and my mom.
Because they
like,
make it like a
"Woohoo,
party. I
it
mean, you got to
is."
think, they
Like,
came from a family that they were having a birth every year pretty much. So to
Yeah.
them, it's like a regular holiday that happened once a year.
This is
And
so
it was just a big
exciting.
party to them. They would just let a lot of the sisters and mom come in the room and play games or talk or whatever while they waited
Yeah,
and like
I think this time we'll probably
add a little more.
Yeah, I think so. But I think
I'm
there's
fine with
still a
that.
way to have like those like intimate
Yeah.
moments. Like
See,
they're-
I'm
it's
fine with
intimate
that.
anyways, you know, bringing a new child into
Right.
the world anyways. So
Now,
It's just so
yeah,
special.
and this has probably happened before. If it was one of those situations where like the husband gets pushed off to the side and it's all those sisters and
I've
moms
seen
crowding the
TikToks
bed.
like that.
May not be fine with it, but like our families are really good about that.
yes.
They're all like chill and they're hanging there to be with you, but they also give
If you need
like
space.
your space and time if you need or want that. So like I'm totally fine with that. Like whatever you decide, I'm good with. I think it'll be fun.
Anyways, I guess that wraps it up. We kind
guess so.
of went on a couple different rants.
Yeah.
But
But this was fun. This was a
We're gonna
chill
go
one.
play
We're
with
just
our
hanging out
kids.
outside. It's such a beautiful
so
day.
pretty.
So I guess we'll let you go. There's been a lot of pool stuff in this one.
Hey, that's because we're so excited for spring.
Oh boy, I feel bad for you guys. You're
Summer.
probably going to see so much of the pool this summer if it's
I
up to
can't
Carlin.
wait.
If you can't find Carlin, just go look at the pool.
Yes.
Anyways, that's it. We love you guys. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.